So I've only done one reading each with all the other decks that I got, but I made another order and I ordered about 8 new decks because, and some shirts like this one, because I just felt like it. And my birthday's coming up, so in a few weeks on the 22nd. So it's like, I just want to treat myself. Like, why not, right? Do something nice for yourself. I want to do one deck, but I don't know if it's going to be like led on, right? Because of what it symbolizes. But I'm going to start another reading, and then after I'm going to do just pull 3 cards with the other deck that I'm thinking of doing that I got. So I also got some crystals. This one's so beautiful on the inside, so I'm just going to have them around. And then I got 4 Amnesty, I think they're called. The purple one, I think they're for calming. I have to look it up again, but I remember why I got them because they were good. And I like the rough cup. The rough cup looks better than the polished cut. So they got like 3 of these, and then I got some. So I'm not a big fan of incense. I'm very sensitive to smells. I don't like a lot of smells, especially incense, perfume, fragrances. But I wanted to sage my place, and I got Palo Santo wood, but I got the sage in incense form because I was like, maybe it's just gonna smell. I like the smell of sage. So I got these. I did a little bit of it last night, saged my whole place to clear out whatever spirits that are negative energies or whatever that are attached or roaming around. And I only did a quart of it, and it was kind of bothering me a little bit, but not too much. So now I'm gonna light it for the reading to clear out the space and have it while I'm doing this reading. So let's just clear out the space. And yeah, let's do this. I always wanted to become this little like hippie spiritual person, and now I'm putting everything into practice, and I'm excited. Like the tarot readings, I'm having fun doing it. I'm recording, like this is going to be posted in probably like a week, but I'm recording every day, and I'm feeling channeled, and I'm deciphering what the cards mean, and I'm getting messages from spirit, from your spirit team, on what they're interpreting the messages as, what message they have to tell you. So I got these the Soul's Journeys lesson cards, and these are just like emotions basically. I seen another reader using them, and I really liked them when she was using them in their reading. So what I want to do with this is to tap into the divine masculine, the divine feminine, and see what is the emotion of both of them right now, but individually I'll do it. What is the divine masculine feeling at this very moment? How is the divine masculine feeling in their life towards this connection? Like, what is the divine masculine feeling? Okay, so I pulled 6 cards for how the divine masculine is feeling at this moment in his life and towards this connection. And the first card that I got was adversity. And if you look at that, what does that look like? Like a big pillar of some sort, and the sun in the background, or I don't know what that shape is. But the colors are like blue and green. I forgot what blue and green represent, which like chakra that is, but adversity. I accept that. Yeah, so the kids are painting outside. Hopefully I can get through this reading before they come back in. But yeah, they're loud outside, but they're doing their thing. So adversity was the first card that I got, was I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. So the way that the masculine is feeling towards this connection and in their life is, I guess they're starting to accept the challenges, and they're realizing that these challenges that they've been through are the best way to learn. The universe has given these challenges for them to see them as lessons, and not that the world is out to get them, right? So they realize that even within this connection, there's a lot of adversity. And usually in twin flames connections, there's things that you have to overcome, whether cultural differences, age differences, distance. There's a lot of things that you have to overcome within this twin flame divine journey that people go on, right? The divine feminine, divine masculine, that's the journey that they go on, that I don't want to say they don't have no control over, but these are the challenges that are presented over them, and how they react is what they have control over. So they see this connection having a lot of adversity within it. However, they're starting to accept the challenges and realizing that by them accepting the challenges is how they learn and overcome their situation. So the universe is sending them more situations probably in their life that is dealing with adversity so that they overcome it, so they're not repeating the same lessons over and over again. And it's like they need to overcome these challenges before they can approach this connection, and this connection is probably in separation, because if they don't overcome these challenges, then they're just going to stay stuck, and the universe is not going to align you guys together, because you're on this journey as well, and you're working on overcoming these challenges. You have the self-awareness to see it, and they're starting to gain the self-awareness to see that these are lessons that I need to overcome. So the other card is balance. And again, another card, like same colors pretty much, right? The greens and the blues. They're getting a lot of green. There's a few more other colors that are the same color, and there's only one, like, basically fully yellow card. But balance. So what it says is, I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. So how they're seeing this is that this connection needs balance, right? They need to balance things out, balance their mind, body, and soul before and they need to do so without judgment in order to bring this connection into fruition, right? So that's why they're working on overcoming the challenges, learning the lessons, and then balancing out their life, right? And it could be balancing out work, family, and a relationship. Like, they could have a lot on their plate, and they're thinking, how am I going to balance this all? They're working on how to balance everything, how to balance self-care, self-love for themselves, taking care of their needs, pursuing things that they're passionate about, listening to their own intuition, trusting themselves, getting over the ego and what their ego is telling them. So they're starting to balance things out. And that's what the universe has been sending them, is things to teach them how to balance things out. And they feel that this connection needs balance, right? Balance of give and take, balance of communication and understanding, that both parties need to understand each other's perspectives, or it's not going to work, right? Balancing of just balancing of everything, balancing of time, understanding, free from judgment. They need to balance things out by not judging each other on the past, looking towards the future and overcoming the past by having forgiveness, taking accountability, and not having judgment towards what happened in the past, but overcoming it, overcoming the challenges of the past, overcoming what the ego is telling them the challenges are, and balancing out their heart and mind, right? Like leading with their heart instead of what the ego mind is telling them what can go wrong. There's too many challenges, so this is not going to work. No, they're balancing that out. They know that they need to balance that out, and that's the only way they can move forward. And then this is a beautiful card that they have. So freedom, right? This is all blue, beautiful geometrical symbols, and it's like the same symbols as balance almost. And it says, I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. So how they're seeing it is that they have free will. They can choose to pursue this connection, or they can choose not to. It's not based on what other people's opinions are. It's based on how they feel and what they want. And what I said, balancing out their logical mind and their heart and what they're telling them. Because their heart is probably like, their logical mind is probably saying, this is just chemistry. This is not going to work. There's too many challenges within this connection. So how is this going to work? But they know that they have the free will to make the choice. And do they want to lead with their ego, with what their mind, with their logical, quote unquote, mind is telling them? Or do they want to lead with their heart and take a chance, because they have free will? The universe is not going to push them to do anything that they don't want to do. They have to make the choice on their own whether this connection is worth it to them or not, right? No one can pressure them into doing anything that they don't want to do. So it's like they're realizing that they have the freedom. So it's about not listening to what other people's advice is and listening to their own internal advice, because a lot of people that give advice are stuck in the 3D world, and they're coming out of that. They're coming into the 5D perception and realizing, oh yeah, I have the free will to create my own happiness. It's not just a product of destiny. Destiny is in place that they align you with people, but you have the free will whether to pursue those connections with people, places, and things, whether to go to that place or not. You'll just get intuitive hits on what your highest timeline wants to do, but you still have the free will at the end of the day to decide to make that. And if that doesn't make you happy, then it doesn't make you happy. You don't have to be forced to pursue a connection if you don't want to pursue that connection. But also, if your heart is leading you to pursue that connection and you're choosing to ignore it, it's going to keep coming up over and over and over again. And you're going to keep thinking about that person until you make a move towards that person, until you act on your free will instead of being stuck, right? So I think that they're realizing that they have freedom to pursue this connection, and they're not limited to their adversity and the challenges. They can overcome the challenges. They just need to create balance in their life, right? They need to create balance within this connection as well. And this is another powerful one. So they know between this connection, what is needed is honesty. So they